Hi guys, welcome back to the final episode of Developing Detroit. It's been one hell of a journey so far in this series, going through pretty much the whole Lions team. And what I'm going to showcase now is a game that I think highlights nearly every player we have in the team at the moment. To be honest, everyone in this game put a hell of a shift in. And I'm not going to edit it. Well, might edit a few bits here and there, but on the whole, I'm not going to edit it. Just let it play out so you can, if you had a favourite player throughout the series or something like that, you'll be able to notice what they do, especially in this episode. But as you can see, I think that might be the first catch Broyles has actually dropped this series, so not the best way to start the game. I saw he only had one deep safety, so I went Verts. I probably could have gone Herman Moore there because he was a bit more open, but I was trying to, I use Herman Moore a lot because he's an absolutely phenomenal card who's gone down incredibly in price since the series started, actually. So definitely pick him up if you haven't used him. Such a good card, and for only about 130k now, definitely go with him. But as you can see there, 3rd and 1 on our first possession. Could be starting a bit better, but if there's only one yard to gain and he's coming out with only 4 linemen, no blitzing, we're going to easily get in with a fullback dive. So we're slowly working our way up the field in this game. He did go sort of a blitz there, but he only sent 6 men and I had 7 blocking. So just do the math. I'm going to get through. Unless he gets a block shed or something really quickly. But we're going to go to my favourite play at the moment, the mesh play. And I'm thinking in the next series with the team I'm going to do next. Not quite sure who that's going to be yet. Still time to vote down below. But potentially time to vote down below. Actually, I'm not sure when I'll take the voting off the Mutthead forum. But for now, there might potentially still be time to vote. So check out the link if it's there. But I'll probably switch up the playbook because I don't want the gameplay to get stale using the same plays all the time. But if I'm slowly working my way up the field with a certain play, mesh play, a bronze open every time, I'm going to do it. I mean, I think everyone would in this situation. But mixing between run and passing a fair bit. Starting to get a feel for the runs that work against certain formations now in this year's Madden. I know it's really late into the Madden, but I'm getting a feel of what works. And as you can see, we're 3-on-3 out wide. He hasn't got a spare man over there. So we could have run it, but one deep safety again. Herman Moore, big, tall and quick. You're just going to abuse him, to be honest. Send him on a Verts route. Cut across the field. He's only got one deep safety. He's going to have to mark 3 people there because they're all going deep. And we managed to easily get in for a touchdown. Not even 2 minutes into the game. So when you've scored in under 2 minutes, especially with a play like the way we played, we only got stopped on one play out of 8 or 9, I think. It's going to be a pretty nice game for you, and you're definitely into the feel of the game. But we're coming out on defence now. This guy's coming out on his first offensive drive, so we're hoping we can get a nice stop early on. I always start cover because I don't mind if they gain a few yards on the run in the first play. I'll see if they're that type of player, but I'm going to go cover 3 just so they can't get a big, deep pass. And he did get one-on-one here. And we should have got a pick there. First play. Really should have got a pick. But at least we stopped it. I mean, that's one thing I'm really loving about Slay and Mathis in this series. Unbelievable lockdown corners. Like, they're not even expensive. They're like 60, 70k each now. Because it's getting towards the end of the game. All players are really cheap. But those two especially have been phenomenal this series. They've just locked everything down pretty much. And it's the 3rd and 20. Get a brilliant sack with Answer there, who has upped his game since I upgraded the gold card to the 92 rated version I think I got. But as you can see, Slay's coming in here, puts him under a bit of pressure, and we get a brilliant pick there from Quinn, a 92 Quinn. Card I've used since very early on in the year, actually, because he's a Style Master card, and I completed that set pretty early on. And for someone who's just so easily available, plays so well as a free safety in this. I mean, I could go on about nearly every player in a highlights sort of way, but mesh play, we know it's working. We know he's got nothing for it. He's either blitzing literally everyone. as you can see there, he only had 4 covering. He blitzed about 7, and the mesh play counteracts that really well because you're going to have 4 people running very different routes, and they're not going to be able to cover all of them. But we can see Vert's play again could potentially work, and it nearly did. If Herman Moore maybe got 1 or 2 extra steps, he would have been in there. But I'm not going to complain. It's 3rd and 1 now. We know we can, drive against this guy pretty well. When you're just feeling the game and you can score against someone. I was just in that zone in this game because his defence wasn't great. I mean, it's 3rd and 1. You've got to blitz heavy because they're going to try and run it in, and he just wasn't picking up on that for some reason. He went. I'm not sure exactly what play he went there. I didn't get time to see it, but he always had this one deep safety most of the game, and it just wasn't working. You can see he pulled someone off the line there, so I knew I could just run it down the middle if I wanted, but I know he's going to cover the left because that's where I've been going on this play the whole time, and we're going to go to Broyles on the right, just playing with this guy's head a little bit, making him unsure of what we're going to do. A mesh play beats the man play every time. Those slant routes beat man coverage. If your guy's quicker, which Abron and Broyles are very quick, it's going to beat man coverage 99% of the time. Lovely spin move from Abron there as well. Arguably one of my favourite players of the series. I don't actually have a certain favourite, but there are some people who stand out a lot more than others to me. I think Herman Moore, Eric Abron, definitely 2 of them. Definitely 2 insane players. Darius, Slay and Mathis, others as well. I mean, I can't fault anyone. Even the line's been great for what they are. And I saw it was wide open on the right there. And if I just got around Patrick Chung, I would have been in for the touchdown, no questions. But I thought my line were going to hold him back for a little bit longer. But, since they're the lower rated cards, especially on the right-hand side, the left-hand side pretty good at blocking, especially on the run. And the wide receivers, the wide receivers, Herman Moore and Calvin Johnson, phenomenal run blocking wide receivers, both big and strong, and I think they're what's helped the run game so much this series, because as you can see, I've got 3 wide here, and I'm going to run it to the left. I know they're going to hold their blocks for at least a second. As you can see here, they're holding. They pretty much pushed their guys back 5-10 yards potentially, and that gives me way more than enough room to get in on the 3-yard line. So we're cruising in this game at the moment. We're 14-0 up. I mean, he's got time to score. He's got time to get a slow drive, get in. He gets bought half, and he could even the game up pretty easily, to be honest, if he just played the clock well and, played his drives well. But I knew by the way he played in his first drive, he wasn't one of the best players in the world, and he was just trying to get that one deep throw. And a lot of people play like that, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And so far in this game, just hadn't worked for him. But 1st and 10 here. His sort of first proper drive, I suppose, because the first drive didn't have anything going for him. He's pilling out with Robert Griffin III. Something definitely works if you know what you're doing. But since you're a right-handed quarterback rather than left-handed, I think you should appeal to the right a bit more. Especially because I have Answer on the right, who's going to get the block shed a lot quicker than my left end will. But he gets a good throw in there. Fair play to him. Starts working his way out the field a little bit. Nice read. And he's one of these guys that runs hurry up. So I'm going to change the coverage a bit. Get a few people to block over the middle. And as you can see, he's going to go over the middle here. And Quinn's going to get another brilliant interception. And it's actually going to be a pick 6. As you can see, his players there literally running through mud. We're going to get cocky and run it into the end zone. Because if it's a pick 6, you've got to celebrate on him. And this guy couldn't handle that. And he was out of there. So the highlight game, we get a 20-0 win. We get an absolute blowout. Everyone in the team played well to their full potential as they could have. And this is the final team we're going to end the series with. Brilliant team, to be honest. I never thought they'd actually be this good, considering the Lions only have a few sort of star players or household names, I suppose, that you can put out in MUT. Obviously Calvin Johnson, Stafford as well. I mean, the cornerbacks definitely up and coming, but in the game they aren't, phenomenally rated as opposed to everyone else. But Golden Tate there, brilliant card. Ramirez held the block fantastically well. since we got him in. But the defence, I think definitely the highlight has been the defence. The corners, can't fault them whatsoever. The line, brilliant. Sue has been... No one's run that well against me, and I think that's mainly down to Sue. But as you can see, the linebacker core and Calvin Johnson there, being the free safety at strong safety, absolutely phenomenal. But I'd like to take this opportunity as well to thank everyone who's made it this far into the video for watching my first YouTube series. It's been a hell of a lot of fun to do. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching it as much as I've enjoyed making it. I mean, when I started doing the series, I was on, 40 subscribers, and now I'm actually on 240. So thank you all for subscribing. I hope you all will stick with me for the next series. Let me know down below if you prefer this sort of series where I do a road to glory of a team all the way through from bronzes to elites. I think in the next series I might start with an elite quarterback so I can sort of get things rolling a bit quicker, because having the bronze and silver quarterbacks definitely made wide receivers not perform as well as they could have, I think. But if you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. It'd be great to end the series on the highest amount of likes we've got in the Developing Detroit episode. Comment down below, question of the day that I'll leave down there, and subscribe for more. And once again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for the new series.